Good morning, YouTube family. Look at this gorgeous sunrise this morning. Obviously, the sun hasn't risen quite yet. Go past a few trees here. But as we get further north on the horizon, the sky just changes absolutely to a beautiful, beautiful pink and blue. Little hint of orange in it. Hey YouTube family, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you joining me again today. I am standing here in the finally finished greenhouse, and we have a lot that we have moved out. Actually, we've moved everything out of the house off of my racks with all my grow lights and whatnot, and we are now fully functional out here. And so wanted to take you kind of on a little tour, a little journey. First of all, I wanted to thank my husband for helping me complete this, because without his help this never would have happened. I do not have the physical ability to do this by myself, and so for him to help me with building this was great. Every year I have used this 10 by 12 dog kennel that we had, that our dogs, they're Houdinis, they don't stay in, they're Huskies, so good luck getting them to stay in. It is currently raining, and you can probably hear that in the background, so I'm sorry if the sound quality is not real great, but I just wanted to kind of bring you along and let you see how we put things together and how things are growing, and they are growing very well. So first of all, I'm going to take the camera off myself. Okay, we have pretty much everything growing. The pumpkins, these big moon giant pumpkins, have just gotten humongous. Hence the name, Big Giant Moon Pumpkin, I'm sure. Or Big Moon Giant Pumpkin, sorry. I've transplanted a couple of things. We have the elderberries are starting to really, they're kind of wilting actually, so I'm kind of wondering if they're not a little too warm. Bought a raspberry gold, which is a yellow raspberry. And that's going to go in the garden as soon as I can. But we still have some lemongrass. A lot of stuff didn't really do well, so I'm not sure. I might have to change some things up. And something a little different, just because I wanted to try it and see if it worked. In this pot actually are lemon seeds, and I really don't know if they're going to grow, if they're going to actually germinate and grow, but I figured, you know, I use the lemons, I might as well just drop them in the dirt, see what they do, because no harm, no foul, right? Gave the big rose bush here, gave it some, a banana peel here, part of it, and it's actually doing better than it was, so I think the burst of potassium probably helped it a bit. The newer growth here now is starting to kind of perk back up. Part of my beefsteak tomatoes, I don't know what the deal is. Now, I will be separating out tomato plants and some more basil, my jalapenos, that kind of stuff. Those are all going to be taken out and repotted into bigger, or alone. These are separated actually. These need to be separated again. So anyway, the tomatoes are actually doing really well, surprisingly. And we had a few of my loofah did not make it in the K-cups, but some of them are just crazy taken off. I replanted some watermelon seeds and some cucumber seeds. jalapeno. looking pretty good, I'd say. I've already cut this once. This is actually the lettuce mix. So I have cut this once and it is just taking off again. So as you can see, these actually are new sprouts of watermelon. And what I was saying about the loofah going all crazy is that right there. That is just insane to me. They kept trying to wrap around the metal on the racks that I had them sitting on. So, kind of give you a wide view of what's going on here. I've kind of cleaned up a little bit, rearranged a few things. This table over here, I'm actually going to use it for a potting table for now. And I have been doing seed inventory, which I have a ton of seed and I've just got so much of it, I don't know what I have for sure. So I wanted to redo that. So I'm going to set this down and I am going to show you a gift that I received. A very, very dear friend of mine. She was a fellow nurse that I worked with. Her name is Christy. Even though I don't work with her anymore, she has been an amazing friend. So she actually sent me a gift in the mail. This is an insect house for beneficial insects, for like ladybugs, bees, got some, you know, for like carpenter bees, mason bees. And then this came in the mail afterwards, and this is actually ladybug food. So as soon as it warms up enough that this can be outside in the garden, it's going to be put on hung on a tree most likely, where I can enjoy it. And this is a woman who has been just amazing to work with, amazing as a friend, and she is one of the best human beings that I know and have the absolute pleasure and blessing to know. And so I kind of choke up a little bit because she is that awesome. She is an amazing nurse and has been a nurse for a lot of years. So, Christy, thank you so much, and I promise that this will be put out in the garden, and I also will be putting up the bat house again, and we're going to put it in a better location this time. So, thank you, and just know that I love you. That's about all I can go on about. I'm sorry. Kind of going on and on. So, I'll put that down. Okay, so a lot of things are actually on deck. And we have, next week we're going to start dropping trees. The volunteer trees that I had shown earlier in a video, they've got to come down. And they are not viable. And honestly, they're going to be making way for more garden area in the actual tomato, well, pretty much a tomato garden because I have so many tomato plants, but they will actually be making more room for the produce that is going into the main garden. And excuse me, this will also be part of the market garden, but these will be more permanent beds and stuff that I will pull from personally. Also, we'll be making room for, well, actually, it'll be opening up an area that we are going to build that greenhouse in. And eventually, I'm hoping that we can get that built this fall. So, The orchard, the fruit and nut orchard with permaculture principles and design it's actually come together. The plans are done for it, and so now it's a matter of finding the extra cash to start purchasing the fruit and nut trees that'll go in it. I do have a lot of perennial flowers as well as annuals that will be going in. My goodness, I just have so much going on. So, I am a planner. My husband makes fun of me because I'm a notorious list maker. And, you know, that's okay, because I'd rather have a ton of lists and never need them than to need them and not have them. So, let's see here. What else can I show you in here? Probably not a whole lot, honestly. So, I will try to film a little bit with my repotting and show you how the babies are doing. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and we will see you next time. Remember to live from the earth and play in the dirt. Many blessings.